So after having a clear understanding of how to create your social media strategy through a thorough social audit, clear goals, discovering your ideal audience, understanding which platforms to focus your energy on, and remembering once you post, it's important to stay on top of social monitoring and engagement. Now, let's dive into content themes. So I'm gonna have another poll here for you guys. I'm just kind of curious, have you created a content theme in the past? Okay, so you've got a lot of no's. All right, some yeses, cool. All right. Give it a couple more seconds. It's looking like it's pretty 50-50, so that's good. So best practice when executing your social media strategy is creating a weekly content theme guide. This will help provide a sense of direction as you create your content. That being said, especially now with the COVID-19 outbreak, it's important to remember this guide is flexible. You want to keep an open mind about switching up your content to stay relevant and not sound tone deaf. Reminding yourself of your brand personality ties into the next part that I'm going to talk about. So you may be wondering, should you be referencing third parties or producing mainly original content? The answer isn't really cut and dry here. Balancing original content and third-party content is part of the puzzle. As Ilya said, the general rule of thumb is 3 times educational, inspirational, or something of value to 1 time promotional, or an ask. You want to use original content to drive people to your website, but you don't want to solely use social media as an opportunity to promote. Mm-hmm. It's important to draw on third parties to gain credibility and create a sense of community. So the next slide here, we have an example of a content guide that we created for a client recently.
Yeah, I would say quickly too, with third-party shares, that also creates an opportunity to build reach, and you grow the chance for your audience to see your content if that third party shares your post. So there's a lot of benefit to creating content themes and really putting stock in just valuable content, even if it's not yours.
So as you can see here, we have a content guide for a full week. Each day highlights a theme that we want to focus on with our content. Again, especially considering the current state of the world, this is just a guide, so you can rearrange and stay up to date and relevant. And let's jump into content creation now. So first and foremost, you want to be clear on what you hope to achieve with social media. Ask yourself again, what is my goal? Are you looking for community engagement? Are you looking for awareness? Building your brand, story, reputation? Are you looking to raise funds? Or maybe you're using this as a recruitment tool. Once your goal is clear, it's a lot easier to pull some creative and impactful content together. Next, you want to hone in on your ideal audience. This is where your social media audit and audience persona help to tailor the content to the people that you want to reach. When thinking for the broader community, it's important to tell a story and provide unique visuals that apply to your nonprofit and your story. When appealing to volunteers, donors, or beneficiaries, branded video, information about upcoming events, live broadcasts, and relevant blog content help to attract these individuals to your cause. It's important to remember as well to be authentic. Content creation is a creative process, and remembering to show your personality and be authentic with your message is really important. The more authentic you are, the more likely you'll attract the individuals that you want to engage with. Keeping in mind that people want to be entertained, inspired, and educated. And finally, a phrase that a lot of marketing professionals say is consistency is king and content is queen. You want to stay consistent with your schedule. For example, if you're posting every day and then you just fall off the radar for a couple of months, your followers and engagements will drop as well. Consistency and creating valuable content go hand in hand. All right, so finally, I want to provide you with some content tools that will help you in the process of creating your content. And there's a special offer specifically to nonprofits with one of these tools. So content tools can be fun as well as help you stay on track. There are tons of tools that I could share with you today, but I'm going to focus on specifically editing, design, and content management. So to start out, Grammarly is a pretty awesome tool you can download as a plugin in your web browser, and it aids you throughout the editing process. It's kind of a blessing when it comes to content creation. It'll edit as you go and just helps kind of speed the process along. Canva is the next tool that I like to talk about. It's pretty simple, and it gives you the opportunity to create really awesome images for social media, even if you don't have a design background. You can play with font and colors to keep consistency with your nonprofit style guide. And then the last one is Hootsuite. So once you've created all this awesome content, you want to make sure that you organize it and schedule it out so that you don't have to post natively every day. Hootsuite allows you to create these schedules at the beginning of the week, and then they'll be blasted out in a timely manner without you having to even lift a finger. Hootsuite is not only visually pleasing, but it's easy to use and helps keep things on track. And the huge plus is Hootsuite offers a 50% discount to nonprofits. So I'm going to jump back one sec and talk a little bit more about Canva. Canva is personally one of my favorites when I'm creating social content. I don't have a design background, so it's a great way to create beautiful images. It's free, it's user-friendly. I know that especially in nonprofits, many of you are likely wearing a variety of hats, and you may not have a design background, but you're the one that's in charge of social media posting. So Canva gives you the opportunity to create simple and beautiful visuals for your social posts. I would highly recommend checking this tool out. These images here in the PowerPoint I actually created myself, and I know they're not great, but it kind of gives you the idea.
They are great.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just putting in my 2 cents, I guess, but Canva's awesome. And as long as you know your brand colors and you have a logo, you can pop it into any image here that can be used for social. So it is super effective and it's free, which is awesome.
Very cool. And we're getting lots of messages in the chat saying people love Canva.
Yeah, Canva.
For their personal blog.
Yes.
User friendly. Okay, let's see. So we've got quite a few questions, but I think we've got one last part.
Yeah, we'll hold off until the end. Okay, and I don't know why, but I can't see like the chat or anything again.
Shoot. Okay, well, we've got some questions. So last part here.
Okay, so the very last thing after you've created a strategy, we've gone through some execution tips. So at this point, you've executed that strategy, and now it's time to go back and analyze your efforts. This is really exciting. I love this piece. This is when you get to see if your strategy paid off. Did your content pay off at all? So at this point, you've been tracking your KPIs from the start. You know what you're looking for. You have those SMART goals in place. I will say quickly that during this process, it is really tempting to scrap your whole strategy if you haven't met your goals, but I would challenge you not to do that. Because you can get really specific about what worked and what didn't at this stage. You just kind of have to take your time. And it is true that small adjustments can make a huge difference. And if you don't have a whole team dedicated to social media, scrapping your whole strategy is just a time suck, and you'll get really derailed. So again, just recommend against that. And if you're in a position where you have to report to leadership or a manager or something, collecting these numbers and demonstrating results will show your leadership the importance of investing time and resources into social, which in turn will make it even more powerful for you. And it'll help you adjust your content strategy to focus on the type of content that performs best. So this is when you'll go into tools like Google Analytics and those social insights to see how close you got to your goals. So again, use those tools. You can see social referrals, people getting to your website from social within Google Analytics. I think we could probably do a whole webinar on how you can use Google Analytics to track your social media goals. But we won't get too far in the weeds with that. But yeah, so looking into your goal progress and then taking small steps to adjust your strategy. That can even just mean adjusting your posting timeline. Maybe you're not posting at the right time, or maybe the content that's being engaged with more highly is video. So just shifting to video. There are little things that you can tweak to really make this a success. And we really want that for you.